Hello, and thanks for joining me for this yoga class. Today is March 16th, 2020, and I am recording this class specifically for those of you who are on my newsletter and hopefully want to commit to a monthly virtual studio membership. So I'll have a new full-length video each week and potentially some other shorter videos sprinkled throughout the month. Let's begin in a seated or a kneeling position of your choice. You have the option of closing your eyes or setting your gaze on a still point in space. Put a light seal on your lips and breathe through your nose. Try to make your exhales a little bit longer than your inhales are. Notice where you're feeling the breath expansion. Try to move that expansion a little bit deeper and broader in your trunk so that your shoulders and chest don't move, but your side ribs move. Maybe the belly inflates just a little bit. And also see if you can breathe a little bit into your back ribs or your low back. If you would like to set an intention for your practice, now would be a good time for that. It could be a mantra, a dedication of some sort, or a positive affirmation. Reach your arms overhead as you inhale. Exhale, bring your hands together near your heart. And then open your eyes. Let's move on to a tabletop position. We're going to warm up the wrists and the ankles and the toes and the fingers a little bit. Spread out your fingers on your mat. Keep your toes untucked for now. And walk your wrists out slightly forward of your shoulders. Find a nice neutral spine. And start to swirl your weight around your wrists. Doesn't matter which way you go first. We'll do about 5 in each direction. Reverse the circular motion, other way. And come back to a neutral tabletop position. Stretch your right toes towards the back of your mat and push your heel away from your body. And then pull yourself forward a little bit so that you can feel that nice toe stretch. We'll just rock back and forth like this. Find a little pushing and pulling from the shoulders and arms. You might feel the pulling action here in the back of the shoulder and the lat area, and you might feel the push backwards in the front chest delt area. And then hover your right leg into the air, nice and level with your spine. And if raising your right leg up causes your low back to dip into a hammock shape, then bring your leg down so that you can keep your back pretty level. And reach your left arm forward. Press down through your left shin and the top of your left foot. Now open your left arm and your left chest to the left. Keep kicking that back leg. If this is too much, set your right toes back down and focus more on that upper body rotation. Breathing for 3. Knit the low ribs in, 2. Expand through your collarbones, and then come back to your tabletop position. Untuck your toes and sit yourself back on your heels and rotate your wrists, especially that right one. Bring yourself back into table. Find that nice strong foundation through the hands and fingers, really rooting down through index knuckle, pinky knuckle, and thumb knuckle. Step your left foot back and start to push and pull your way in and out of this toe stretch. Might also feel that in your calf, back of the ankle, Achilles area. Shift back into that tabletop position, shoulders about over the wrists. Float your left leg up just enough to keep it in your hip. Try to keep it out of the spine for now. Reach your right arm forward, level with your shoulder, maybe slightly wider. And keep your left leg hovering if you like. Open up your chest to the right, zipper up your low ribs. Remember, if this is a little too tricky, just lower those back toes down and keep rotating. Finding that nice wide expansion through the front and a little bit of a knitting together in those ribs down below. And release back to your tabletop. Sit back on your heels, and one more time, give your wrists a little break. Come onto your forearms. Knees about under the hips. Tip your pelvis. Light cat-cow, but keep your upper back quiet. Try not to move your head around. Now keep your pelvis in a neutral position and find the extension and the flexion up in your upper back now without moving the head around too much. See if you can minimize the scapular movement and just focus on moving that upper spine. Tailbone stays quiet. Head stays quiet. Stay on your forearms if you like. If you would rather do this next bit on your palms, that would be okay too. We're going to take our hip circles now. Press down a lot through your left shin and foot. Draw your right thigh into your chest. Try not to tuck your tail. Sweep your right leg out to the right without opening your whole pelvis. Take your leg behind you, point your toe to the sky, squeeze your heel towards your tush. Bring your right knee back into your chest. Reverse the direction. Send your leg backwards first, squeeze your bum. Angle your knee outward and your toe inward, external rotation. Pull your leg back in towards your chest. Into the chest, out to the side, internal rotation, knee angles inward, toes reach up, and then extension behind you. Back to the chest.